Hello everyone, welcome back to another Warframe video. Today, I'll be sharing two of the most used Gauss Prime builds. The first build is a high-range nuke setup centered around Gauss's third ability, Thermal Sunder, which can stack heat procs like crazy. Above 80% redline, you can fully strip enemy armor with a blast status effect. This is achieved by using a heat thermal sunder followed by a cold thermal sunder or vice versa. However, it's better to use heat first, then cold, as it will pull enemies towards you. If you use cold first, it will knock them back. But it's better to go to 100% redline before spamming heat thermal sunder, as it reduces your battery by 10%, and the cold one increases it by 10%. If you reach 100%, it doesn't decrease until the ability duration is finished. While charging your redline, you can double cast your cold thermal sunder to instantly freeze all enemies in range, providing you with a good amount of crowd control, while also slowing Eximus units with cold status effects. For this build, it's better to invert abilities key for Gauss, as you need to spam heat thermal sunder. And with this, you can easily spam heat just by pressing the third ability, instead of having to hold it. What we're doing in this build is keeping your second ability out for damage reduction and regenerating energy. Use your fourth ability, Redline, and then start running while spamming Mach Rush to charge your redline, probably using your weapons to kill enemies. Once you reach 100% redline, just keep spamming Thermal Sunder. If armored targets like Eximus units don't die, use your cold to mix with heat to create a blast and fully strip enemy armor. Once the armor is stripped, start spamming Thermal Sunder again. Okay, so I'm using 5 Crimson Shards for ability duration, which is not required for this build, but is good to have as it gives us more uptime at 100% redline. Archon Vitality doubles the heat procs that we get from Thermal Sunder. Now let's move on to the second build. So, the second build is tailored for speed and duration. You won't be focusing much on Thermal Sunder, so feel free to use any helmet ability here that doesn't require range options like Roar, Eclipse, or Zada's Whisper for additional damage, or Infested Mobility for even more speed, even Energized Munitions for 75% ammo efficiency. This build primarily emphasizes weapon damage, and with the abundance of fantastic weapons available, it becomes quite straightforward. Additionally, Gauss's second ability provides stagger protection, allowing you to wield any AoE weapon without worrying about knockdowns. The fourth ability grants faster fire rate and reload buffs, which scale with ability duration rather than ability strength. In both of these builds, I was using Smita, but you can also opt for Panzer Vulpafilla for even more damage. I personally like both these builds, and you can easily create them as well. You probably won't need too many forma, as I tested various setups before settling on these builds. Before moving on to this build, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to support the channel. Your support means a lot and can help me out tremendously. Here's my second build designed for speed runs. If you choose to go for energized munitions, simply remove strength mods, as it doesn't scale with strength. Instead, focus on modding for duration. Thanks for watching. If you have any more questions or need assistance in the future, feel free to reach out. Have a great time, fellow Tenno.